Hey guys, I'm Kaylee. I'm going to be teaching you guys how to do a pour painting. So if you haven't heard about pour painting before, that's okay. It's pretty simple. You don't really need to be a talented painter to do it, which is why I love it. Some examples. This is a pour painting that I have done in the past. Bigger examples like this. So as you can see, they're very abstract. I'm going to teach you guys on 3 separate canvases today. So I have 2 small canvases, one that is primed with gesso, which is not necessary. Just makes the paint go on there a little bit smoother. Another one that is just painted black with regular acrylic fluid or flow acrylic. And then we're going to do one that is just blank, no primer on it whatsoever, because you can do that as well. So with pour painting, you want to get a liquid type paint, a flow type, or a fluid acrylic. And then we're going to need some type of paint conditioner. So we have the latex extender, which I got from Home Depot for about $12. Or we've got the Floetrol, which I believe I ordered off Amazon. I haven't been able to find this in town where I'm in Thunder Bay. But they both work. You could also use water. All this does is kind of make the paint a little bit more liquid, a little bit easier to pour and to work with. And it also stops the paints from meshing together and creating like just one solid color. And then we have our secret weapon, which is our silicone oil. So this is what creates all these fun little cells. So you see how all these like big cells are happening? So that's what this does. You can do a pour painting without this, of course, if you can't find it. But you know, it's a lot cooler with it, of course. So now that we have all of the materials that we need, I'm gonna paint the 2 canvases with the primers, and then we're gonna start mixing our paints. Okay. So now that we are waiting for our canvases to dry, I'm going to start mixing the paints. So I've chosen we're gonna have the 2 primed canvases, the black one and the white one. I've chosen 4 colors. We're gonna do the same colors on those so you can tell the difference. We've got a gold here, white, basic blue, and a green. You can pour with all different types of colors. Prime colors are just easy to work with, so that's what I use. I have my tiny little mixing cups because the canvases I'm using, the first ones, are pretty small. So I will show you guys how this is done. So first of all, we got our latex extender, or Floetrol, whatever you want to call it, like paint conditioner. And it's, like I said before, 1 part of this and 2 parts paint. So yes, you can totally get a measuring cup and do it like that, but I kind of like to just go with the flow. So just pour in how much I think is like 1 part. There's sort of this line right here, so that could be 1 part. You see that line? You could fill it up to there, and I think that would be okay. So we've got our Floetrol in here, our latex extender. I couldn't find my popsicle stick, so I'm using the ends of pencil crayons, whatever works. And I guess we'll go with blue. So we give it a good shake. All right. Shake it up and then pour it in. Pretty simple. So you fill that up. All right. And these actually fill quite a bit of paint. So now we want to stir that. So that's looking a little better. Nice consistency. You want to make sure they all have the same consistency. Sorry, you can hear my dog barking in the back. Okay, so that's the blue. And we're going to do that with all 3 colors. 1 part pour medium, and then 2 parts paint, okay? So we'll come back when that's all finished. Okay, so now that we have mixed all our paints, we are ready to start. Here you can see I have 2 larger cups. This is what I will be pouring the paint into. Slowly, I will pour each color down the side of the cup so as not to mix the colors together too much. First, I'm going to start with the 2 primed canvases, the black and the white, and I will divide the paint evenly between the 2 cups to cover each canvas. Pour the paints in whatever order you desire. I'm doing them a little bit differently in each to show the difference. So I have elevated my canvases by placing them onto 4 level plastic mixing cups. They are then put on inside the aluminum pan to catch any extra paint. I grab my canvases, place it on top of the paint-filled cup, and flip. I do this to both canvases to give the paint a chance to slide towards the canvas. After a minute or two, it is time to pull the cup off the canvas. You can pull straight up, or you can slowly pull and drag. It is totally up to you. Now we tilt. I am moving the canvas all around while paying attention to the paint and its patterns. The goal is to spread the paint all over the canvas. You can choose to not cover the whole canvas if you'd like, and that would show this black background here. Or you can use your finger to spread the paint across the sides and along the face of the canvas to help the paint move in that direction. Lots of paint will fall off, but don't worry. This is part of the process. Now that we finished with the black primed canvas, we're going to use the gesso primed canvas, which there isn't much difference, to be honest, unless you want a black background versus a white background. But in this case, I've covered the whole thing. But I do find that using a primer does help move the paint along much easier. So I'm using a torch here as well, which is completely optional. Now we'll be using the naked canvas, which, like I said, there's not a whole lot of difference unless you want a different background or move the paint easier along, but I just wanted to show you a couple different techniques. So here I'm layering the paint a lot more than I did before, so taking all the same colors but just pouring a little bit at a time. So this will create a lot more layers. And as you can see here, I'm not flipping the cup, but I'm slowly pouring and dragging and going in little circles to create ripples in the paint. So same idea, we're just going to tilt, 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 and however you like the pattern, that's how you should move it, that's how you should blow the paint. It's totally up to you. That's the beauty of this kind of art, is that it's totally abstract and there's no wrong way to do it. So I'm moving the paint along the sides because, as you can tell, the paint doesn't want to move as well if it's not primed, so I had to kind of move the paint on the corner of the canvas there, use my finger so that the paint would slide a little bit easier, which there's nothing wrong with that. If you don't have primer, you don't have to prime it. That concludes my pour painting tutorial. This last clip shows the final products. As you can see, they're all different. So get creative, try it out yourself, and try it with maybe water rather than pouring medium, maybe no silicone, or try it on a type of canvas like wood. It's up to you. And remember, there is no wrong way to make art.